Well, we are back on this RX7 revival. Yeah, we got a couple more parts than we had last time. We got a fuel tank in. We could not find a fuel pump. I mean, you know, nobody makes the proper pump for this. We do have an aftermarket pump, and we'll try and fit it in there and we'll see what happens. And it's got a pickup screen, and we cannot get the fuel sending unit. Hopefully that fuel sending unit works. If not, the customer's just gonna have to live without a fuel sending unit unless they want to go ahead and do a search and see what they can find. There are aftermarket unit, well, not aftermarket, there are used units out there on the market. But it's not something that we can purchase here at the store, at the dealership. The customer would have to purchase that themselves. And the funny thing about it is the customer hasn't really said anything. Haven't said anything about, you know, hey, can you get my car running? You know, does it even run? We don't know. We still don't know. I mean, we put a gas tank in it, you know, fuel pump, put some gas in it. Will it run? We still don't know. We don't know. But we did get the what was it, the hydraulic hose for the slave cylinder. So we got the slave cylinder and the master cylinder for the clutch, and we haven't put those in yet. What we did do is we did get the brake master cylinder in, and that thing's working. It's working good because I rolled it down the hill and it stopped, you know, so that's good. Well, of course we had to roll it back in. But now we're gonna get on the clutch, slave cylinder and master cylinder. We're going to put that hydraulic line in there. We are going to bleed it and we'll see what happens. See if we get, you know, a clutch pedal. Of course, you know, we know that the clutch will hold the vehicle on a hill, but I mean, how does that work? We don't know. We won't know until we get the thing running. So we need to get cracking at this and, you know, see what happens. See if we can even get this thing, you know, starting. I mean, we don't even know if the injectors are good. We don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing for this video. We don't know. Oh no. We're going to start with the master cylinder, clutch master cylinder, and there ain't a whole lot to do in here right now. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'll get a bunch of rags and I'm going to throw them down in here just in case we spill brake fluid all over the place, which we're probably going to do. I just would rather these rags soak up brake fluid than it going rolling all down the body and everything. So not much to do under here right away. I'm just gonna loosen this. Hopefully it comes off. Yeah. Well, I mean, it turned. Is it coming off? I don't know. Yeah. So then we need to go underneath the dashboard there and get the nuts or bolts or whatever out so that we can pull this master cylinder out. Then we're going to remove the slave cylinder. We'll get the slave cylinder in and the new hydraulic hose Then we will bench bleed the master cylinder, stick the master cylinder in, and then we'll bleed the whole thing. Shouldn't take too long, right? Yeah. Famous last words. Come on, is this thing off yet? What's going on here? Yeah, it's definitely not wanting to come off. Oh God, don't strip it out. Okay. Yeah. Nothing. All right. So what we got to do is we got to deal with this. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that or not. Where that. See how loose that rod is right there, and then when you push it in, it kind of moves up a little bit, up into. So I'm pretty sure that slave cylinder it's pushed down all the way, and it's just stuck. So we're gonna get these nuts off. That looks like a 12 millimeter. And then there's another one way up there. Let me get this set up. Let's pull these off, and then let's pull that master cylinder out of there. Okay, let's try. There's not a lot of room under here. Let me get this top one off first, which you probably can't see. I'm sure that you can't see it. I got my socket on it. So I guess that's a bolt. I can't see it. Oh yeah, it is a bolt. No, it's a stud. The whole stud came off. Stud and nut. Okay. I mean, it's coming off. Let's see if the bottom one does the same thing. Oh, just a nut. Okay. let's see if that master cylinder comes off of there. Okay, this sliding on out. Still got a lot of fluid in it. Okay, I just pulled this other stud off, and that fell down there, so I gotta go find that. But yeah, I'd say that we're done with this. I don't know if you can see in there that thing is pushed all the way in. It's stuck. It's stuck in there. This isn't, you know, completely lost. It may be able to be rebuilt, but we got a new one, so we'll just go with the new one. So let's move on to the slave cylinder. Okay, this is the slave cylinder. I got a bolt right here and a bolt right over there. Hopefully y'all can see this. I'm gonna try and use this long extension just so that y'all can see what's going on. Other one. No problem, don't lose the bolt. One bolt, two bolts, and I'm not gonna mess with this right here. I'm gonna pull this whole hydraulic line off with it. Let's try and look down in there, see what it looks like. Let me see. Put these down so I don't lose them. Okay. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see this. fork is right here. I don't even know if that thing can be pushed in. I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna let hydraulic pressure let us know. So there's that rusted up thing right there. I'm gonna take this line. This line's all cracked. I'm gonna take this off right here, pull this line out, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll just hook the line up to the new slave and do the same thing. So let me get this off. Okay, let's see if this will come off. Without bending everything. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing in this vehicle is really rusted up that bad. I think that probably that hydraulic line right there is the worst. Hopefully. Yeah, this whole line, I mean, there's nothing holding this thing. It's not even connected to the firewall. This metal line here. Will that do it? No, that won't. And I can turn the... Yeah. Okay, there it is. Let me get that clip off. Our clip remover. Clip remover. Okay, and there it is. Looks like it's got no... Look, it's got no fluid in it. All right. So this is the master cylinder, and this is a Mazda part. So official Mazda OEM. Let me see if I can get this set up. Without falling down. Come on, why? My light's not gonna stay on. Okay. Official Mazda OEM clutch master cylinder. And as you can see, this one is as it should be. It has these are pretty long studs. So it's got the studs in it. So that's cool. Hopefully we should just stick this on, and I had pushed the clutch down so the rod is sticking in there, and I was sticking in to guide it right into place so the rod stays in. At least that's what I'm gonna try. If I can't push it, I'll have to go pull the clutch up. But first we're going to replace the slave. Now this is an aftermarket slave cylinder. Looks about the same. Oh, this one's got the rod is in here. Stick this on. So hold that in place. I can't even push on that. This one, well, I shouldn't have done that. It just shot the thing out of there. So this one works. Okay. What else? I need to, somewhere around here, I have hydraulic line. Let me go find that. Okay, I'm back. What do you mean you're back? Yeah, it's been a while. So I just went dumpster diving. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have noticed back here, you know, I started cleaning up. You know, I was just tired of how dirty it is around here and how much stuff is collecting all over the place. And you know, if y'all haven't figured out the way that I feel about our parts department, you know, well, I'll let you know. You know, whenever you order hydraulic line, you know, and you tell them I need the hydraulic line and I need whatever, I need whatever gasket, seal, or washer or whatever goes on the end of this thing, you're lucky to even get the line. Right, so I got the line. I didn't get any seal or washer or anything like that. And you know, technicians are hoarders. They don't throw anything away. But you know, I started cleaning up, and I was cleaning up because I was waiting for our parts department to order to get spark plugs for a short block, you know, and a Kia Soul that I just did. You know, I just finished this morning. You know, short block, turbocharged, and I just needed some spark plugs. Well, we'll just get those down the street, you know. Well, I figured, you know, I'm just going to clean up a little bit, waiting for those. Well, half a day went by, I cleaned everything, you know, and then I still had to go there. Hey, where's my spark plugs? Oh, they're sitting right here. They never told me. Anyway, besides that, I got these washers right here, and this is for that Kia Soul. And you see those washers right there? They're crush washers, and they are for the turbo cooling, the cooling lines for the turbo, brand spanking new. And of course, I didn't take those cooling lines off of the turbo. I pulled the cooling lines off the engine, and they just, you know, so I didn't use them. But yeah, they were in a dumpster. I had to go find them. I hope that these will work. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So if not, I'm just gonna have to make them work, because I am not waiting another couple weeks for a washer. So here it is. They look like they're a little bit small, but I think I might be able to make them work. Come on. There's two of them in here. Yeah. See that? That is perfect. It's a perfect crush washer. Yeah, so this RX7 is going to have a Kia Soul part on it. It doesn't matter. It's a crush washer, and it's going to crush down and it's going to seal, and that's all I needed it to do. Believe me, I was thinking of, you know, other weird things. You know, maybe I'll cut a hole in a penny. So anyway, this, oh god, so this is gonna work. That fits on there perfectly. And I was looking everywhere. I was looking through all my old junk and stuff, and I'm like, man, I just had those things. So yeah, I didn't want to jump in that dumpster. Believe me, I definitely did not want to jump in there. But the good thing is, pretty much all the trash that is in there is the trash that I threw in there this morning. So yeah, no old food or anything like that. Rotten stuff. Yeah, well, let me get this tightened down. Let's get this thing put on there. Okay, going in. Hopefully y'all can see this. Come on, get in there. Maybe I should put these bolts down so I don't drop them. Where are you going? Get over here. Come on. I can't grab the thing. What's going on here? Am I doing this the wrong way? Probably going about this wrong and stuff. Okay, I have that rod in there. Just need to line it up. Come on, line up. Where are we at? Okay, so I'm gonna have to push on this thing, going through all these wires and tubes and stuff. Try not to break any old wires and tubes, because they like to do that. They like to crumble. So this thing right here, now can I even see what's going on here? Just I'm trying to feel, I can't even see it, so. Can y'all see anything? I can't see anything. Where does it line up? Okay, right there. If I get my hand under here, through this, around the tree, under the fence, through the woods, right through grandmother's front door, with my hand in the cookie jar, I think I may have gotten it. Okay. Now this one, right there. Get it started, get it started, get it started. I think it started. It's going, it's going. Okay, let's tighten them up. Next one. Got it. Okay, now. Okay, we gotta deal with this. How is this thing? This thing is not, it's not spinning. I can barely move that. Let me see if I can get this out of here. Without bending it, I really don't want to bend it. I'd rather bend this bracket than bend the hose. Okay, so what about this side? This side didn't, yeah, this side's better. Actually spinning. This side, I can't spin it. Let me work with this and get this thing spinning, and we'll stick it back on. Okay, I got this working really good. I just sprayed some penetrating oil in it, or through the back of it, and I just started spinning with my hand, and it freed up real easily. First, let's set that aside. First, let's get this hose in here. Let's do this first. Just like that, like a glove. Stick this in here. And I'm just gonna get it started. No problem. I'm not gonna tighten it down until I get the clutch master cylinder in, so that we can turn this if we need to. See. Okay. So now we're gonna deal with this. Got too many rags in there. Now let's get the master cylinder, and we're gonna bleed it. I need to find some brake fluid so that we can bleed, and we're gonna do it the same way that we did this master cylinder right here. I'm just gonna bleed it on the bench. I've shown that to you. It's basically the same process. So I'm just gonna do that real quick, and then I'll bring it over here and stick it on, and then we'll start bleeding this clutch slave cylinder, and we'll get the thing pumping and see if it actually releases the clutch. We don't know. We don't know. So let's go. Okay, I did not bleed this thing, and you'll see why. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I'm gonna try and bleed it in here. Either way, we're gonna bleed the heck out of the thing because the way that the line goes up. What is that? Why is that in the way? Come on, get in there, get around there, get what's going on. Put the rod. Okay, hang on, let me move that. Somehow, you know, I knew that thing was gonna be in the way. I pulled it back. What do we see? What do we got? Now what? Okay, it's going in. Is the rod going in though? I think the rod went in. I'm just gonna say, yeah, the rod went in there. So you see how this line goes straight up. So I don't know, the whole idea of the way that I bleed the thing on the bench is that, you know, fluid pushes from the bottom up. This is kind of pushing fluid down and then back up, which gives it a possibility of air to come back up this way. So, you know, maybe not, I don't know. Now this thing is in the way, so I'm going to take this off. Let's just take it off. Now it's too tight. Now I can't get it off. So I'll get that off. Let's deal with this in here first. And hopefully these are the studs. I'm guessing that was an aftermarket master cylinder. Hopefully these fit. Let's find out. Looks like the rod's going in there. Can y'all even see anything? Boy, I wish that y'all could feel how nice and cozy warm it is in here. Come on, let's start. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I guess my 12mm socket is that deep. And I can't reach this. I'm gonna have to do with the 2-finger method. 2-finger method, no thumb. There we go. Let me find my socket. Let's go with this really long extension because I'm too lazy to find the other one. This might be better. I mean, it seems better already. Can I work it? That's one. The other one, way back here. I don't even know if y'all can see this. You even see where this thing is going. Come on, get in there. Don't fall over. Everybody's falling over. What's going on? We got clutch pedals in the way this time. So, ow. Okay, that's in. Let's get out from under this dash. It is hot. Okay, let's see how this works. Got a fresh bottle of brake fluid. And I'm gonna stick that. Of course, there's making a big mess. I should have taken this cap off. Hello. I am going to force brake fluid down into that. Look at it shooting out the top. A little fountain. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. There's a fountain shooting out. Look right there. Oh, now it's not doing it. Of course, I do have fluid coming up from the top. I'm trying not to. Yeah, there it is. I'm about a third of the way. I'm to the minimum line right there. So I'm gonna take this out, fill this up the rest of the way, and I got bubbles coming up right here. So, I mean, you know, it's gravity bleeding, I guess. Let's quickly get this line on. I mean, you should probably let those bubbles come up there. We're gonna be bleeding the heck out of this thing anyway. This line right here had absolutely no fluid in it at all. So this entire system was dry. So it's like brand new, you know, like never been used, brand new. Let's see if I can get this back on without cross-threading it. Get this one in without cross-threading it. Now this light's in the way. Is it even going in? It doesn't. I don't think it is. Does this line fit on here? It better. I mean, this is a Mazda OEM master. So there it goes. Okay. And I mean, at least I'm getting fluid out here and not just a bunch of air. It was bubbling. It stopped bubbling. That's a good thing. Gravity bled. We're gonna force fluid through it anyway. Where's my 10mm wrench? Oh, here it is. Way over here on the bench. That's good and tight. And tighten this one up over here too. That's tight. So now what? So now I'm gonna go ahead and get the brake flush machine. And that's what I've done before, so let's try that again. I get the brake flush machine. Of course, I got to get this all set up right here. I probably shouldn't have filled it to the top with fluid, because this is going to go out everywhere. I have to set that little plunger thing in there, expansion plug with the chain that goes around. Hopefully it fits up against this firewall here. And I'll get some pressure in there, and then we'll start bleeding it right here. And if everything works out right, it won't take very long, and then we can move on. We'll move on to the fuel tank, fuel system, figure out how we're gonna do that fuel pump. We'll worry about that when we get to it. Let me get that flush machine, and we'll start bleeding this. Okay, this is how this works. Y'all seen me use this before. It's got this expansion plug right here. It fits right into there. And then I'm gonna tighten this wing nut down, and that should expand that plug and make it seal. And that's probably all that we need. But, and just so you know, I did go ahead and push on that clutch pedal a little bit just to move some of the fluid out, and it did start squirting out of the slave cylinder bleeder valve. So that's a good thing. Relieve this. Well, let's see if I really need to tighten this up. Stick that on there like that. Pull this tight. Is it gonna hold? Yeah, it'll hold. It'll hold good enough just to keep it from blowing off of there. Right. Now what? Now I get the hose. Hook the hose onto this machine. Okay, I got this machine here. I put a little bit of fluid in there, so that should be way more than enough. And we get this piece right here, plugs into there. Turn on the pressure. Try to go about 15, a little more than 15 psi right there. Turn this on, hope it doesn't blow up. I don't see anything leaking. Not yet. Okay. In here, so I took the cover off of that so we can see the bleeder valve. Got an 8mm wrench. Now let's see if it shoots out. Can y'all even see that? What are we looking at here? What's going on? Okay. Hello. Can I? Okay. I just barely cracked it. There's a little bit of bubbling coming out right there. Yeah, it's shooting out. Let me get something. Well, I mean, you know, open it with my hand. It's shooting out like crazy. So what we're gonna do, let me get this hose right here, bring it over here. Well, put that hose onto there. Y'all probably can't see it. This hose is too big. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on this suction. So with that suction, my light's falling off. Come on. Got suction on there and turn this. Yeah, it's shooting out all over the place. Shooting out like crazy. We're just gonna flush it. I can get my hand out of here without, oh no, oh God, it's just shooting everywhere. Okay, so there we are. The thing's hooked up. It's shooting out fluid like crazy. The thing's already going. It's going down too fast. I need to shut it off. It's already put a lot of fluid in it. So yeah, that was it. Easy, right? I mean, we're already down to here. So I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna find my wrench. Is it bled? I guess we'll find out. You know, I mean, it's not shooting out right now. I still got pressure in the line. Can I get this on there? So tighten it. I got brake fluid. Y'all probably can't even see this. Got brake fluid all over the place down here. So I have to clean all that up. Brake fluid all over my hands. And yeah, so let me shut this off. Well, actually, I'll turn this down right here. Release the pressure. Then shut this off. Then pull this off. The fluid coming out of there. Trying not to get fluid all over the vehicle. Let this off. Open this up. Come on. Yeah, I got brake fluid all over my hands. It's getting all over everything. Release that. Turn this back. Pop this out. Fluid everywhere. Get that out of there. And let's just not even look at it. It's good. It's good. Let's just turn that down. We're right at the maximum. Yeah, we're right below the maximum. So I'll put more fluid in here, but I got to clean all this stuff up. In the meantime, let's see. Oh my God, yeah. So let's see if we got a brake pedal. I'm just gonna push it with my hand. Brake pedal a clutch pedal. Yeah, it's coming right back up. Oh man, it feels really good. It really does. It, for sure, it feels like a good clutch pedal. And there's not much more we can do with that. I mean, I can push it with my foot. It's gonna feel the same way as pushing it with my hand. It feels good. It feels like a really good clutch. I tell you what, well, let's see if this even works. So I don't know how well y'all can see down in here. Let me see if I can get you set up here. So let's get a light shining inside there. Come on, get in there. So without the light actually being in the way. So right there, I get right there at the end of the screwdriver, right there. It's just barely, you can barely see it right there. That is the fork for the clutch. I'm gonna go push on the clutch and you see if it moves. So ready? I'm pushing on the clutch. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Did it move? Yep, it moved. Okay. So that is it. So now we need to move on to the fuel system, and I'm gonna start. Well, I need to clean up all this brake fluid, but I'm gonna start by dropping the fuel tank, disconnecting whatever we need to. I need to pull this. This is unlocked. I need to get all the customer stuff out of here, and take the fuel filler pipe off. Fuel filler pipe comes from right here. I need to take the fuel filler pipe off. I already got the everything else, you know, disconnected, so we could just drop the tank. It is almost 5:30. I guess let me clean all this up and see how far we get. See if we can even start on that today. Actually, you know, this is going to take a while. I need to clean it up properly. So we will start on this tomorrow. First thing tomorrow morning. It should be cooler, hopefully, and we're going to drop that gas tank. So I will see you tomorrow. Well, good morning, sleepyheads. Getting a late start, are we? Oh wait, I'm getting a late start. Y'all haven't gone anywhere. So this morning we are going to pull this gas tank out, and I got to get all this stuff out of here. We're going to pull out the tank. Now, we may end up pulling out more than that. Hopefully not, but we'll see. We need to get the gas tank out. Need to get the fuel pump put onto the fuel sending unit or module or whatever you want to call it. That thing's got to be cleaned up anyway. It's got a bunch of rust on it. I don't want to put rust into the brand new gas tank. So we'll see how that goes. We need to get everything put together. I need to replace the fuel filter, and we're going to try and flush those lines. I don't want to push anything bad into the injectors. Are the injectors working? We don't know, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna replace the fuel filter, flush the lines, get the new tank in with the new pump. Hopefully that works. We're gonna change the oil, and then we'll, as they say in the UK, Bob's your uncle. In French, et voila. In American English, there you have it. In redneckism, yep, So let's get to it. Let's get this thing done. It's gonna take a while. We got all day. I mean, it is a little bit late this morning, but let's get in here and see what we have to do. We already got the fuel pump out, got those lines taken off. We need to disconnect the fuel filler pipe. So let's get in here and look at what we're doing. All right, let's look at this. So they give you this really cool compartment so we can take this off without having to struggle with it. Although, you know, it may end up being a struggle. I'm not really sure. I think that's the gas tank, so we may be all right. I have a gas tank over there in that box, way over there, and I haven't even looked at it yet. So before we pull this out, it might be a good idea, you know, seeing that the love that I have for our parts department, it might be a good idea to open that box and make sure that it is what they say it is. So let's do that right now. Okay, we got a fuel filter, fuel pump, and oil filter. I'm gonna set these aside. And let's look in this box. See what we got. This better be the right part, because if it ain't, we're just gonna, you know, it's just gonna shut her down right now. It's just gonna shut down everything. I mean, we can't replace the tank if it's the wrong tank. If it's the wrong tank, I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, that looks like it. So let's look at this. So that is part of the tank on the inside there. We got the fuel filler and got the air breather. Not sure exactly what this is. So what is this hooked up to? It's possible something from this air breather comes along here and attaches to that. We don't know, but we are going to find out. Is it gonna make it harder for us to get the tank out, to pull the tank out? Hopefully not. And look in there, that is nice and clean. That's what we want to see. So for sure. So I'm trying to get this stuff off. It's stuck. Okay. Okay, so now that we see that, we can move on to this over here. And we're gonna disconnect this stuff, and then we're gonna get it up in the air and start dropping the tank down, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna get in here and loosen this up. Hopefully it loosens, it's not stuck. These wire clamps, sometimes they come apart right here, and then you lose that little washer in the end, and then you can't use them. You try and reuse them again, and then, you know, you can't really use them. And then sometimes they get stuck, and then they get twisted right here. Yeah, not really a good design. I'm glad that they went away from those. Regular screw clamp would be better. This one seems to be in really good shape for what it is. I'm gonna spray this stuff down here. So I use this rubber care. Y'all see me use this a lot, and it is basically a conditioner, but it works really good in helping pulling clamps off, getting underneath hoses, getting hoses off without messing them up. And push this around here and kind of get this loose. You can see it's starting to crack right there because it's an old hose. I don't want to replace this hose. It is coming loose. Well, that's not working right. Trying to keep the camera still. Okay, that came off without cracking. Let's do the same with this. This has been on forever. And a lot of times what I'll
do is kind of pull this up a little bit and just spray this stuff down in there to let it get kind of underneath. And then it's easier to slide this around, and it just unglues the hose from the pipe that you're taking it off of and allows it to come off a lot easier. I try and get this around as far as I can get it. And then, yeah, it's coming loose. Come on, get off of there. May need a little bit of persuasion, maybe. I mean, it's coming. And let me get something. Let me get a little bit of persuasion. Not a lot of persuasion, just a little bit. Not a gigantic persuasion, but just a little bit right here. Just gonna push on this. Come on, get off of there. Trying to get this accordion looking hose off. It's not as stiff as you would think, but it's pretty stiff. I don't want to tear it. I can pretty much guarantee we ain't gonna get another one of these. Not like this anyway. So just trying to be persuasive yet gentle. I want to try and push it down. That may be the most that I'm gonna. It's loose. I think I'm gonna leave it right there, and we'll drop the tank and move it that way, and hopefully it should pop off. Should. I mean, we'll be able to get it off from underneath. I was hoping I could get it off more, but I'm not gonna take a risk at cracking this. So let's get this thing up in the air and pull the tank. All right, here we are under the vehicle. I'm gonna pull the shield. I'm gonna try. I've already came in here and juiced these things down before. Got a 10mm bolt right there, right here, right there, way up there, and we get the shield down just so that it's not in our way. It's got a shield. This shield is attached to the vehicle. Same way on this side. This is, yeah, I can't tell. I'm gonna pull this shield off. And then we got that bolt right there, that one right there. Pull these straps down, and then the thing should come down. I'm not gonna use a transmission jack or a fuel tank jack or anything. There's nothing in this tank. It's pretty much empty, so I should be able to just manhandle it down. At least that's what I'm hoping. So let me get these. Let me get the shield off. This long extension. I'm going to use this long extension 10mm socket. One more. Okay. That's the shield. What about the tank? Let's see. Is that 12mm? 12 maybe? No. 14, 13? Is it a 13? Or is it a 14? Where's my socket? I seem to have lost. Nope, there it is. 14? Let's go with the 14. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I need a little bit more power.
was that first strap. And the second one to see if everything falls down. If it was Looney Tunes, the tank would stay up and the whole car would fall. So, bend these straps back. Come on, get out of there. Okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. Okay, so there is, ooh, there's some nasty stuff. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this. I'm holding this thing up. I'm looking for a tool. I gotta get this, I got a hose right here. I can't set this down. Hold it like that. Get a pair of pliers. Put this thing on my shoulder, pull this clamp off, this hose. It's out breaking it. Okay. All right. I got it. Let's set it down, So just put it anywhere. Okay, this right here is probably like an OR VR valve or rollover valve or whatever you want to call it. A lot of times whenever you fill the tank, it allows air to escape. And then once the tank gets full, this stops pushing air and fuel back up the filler neck, turning your pump off. Of course, we got a breather right here too, and this is going to the filler neck. One thing we don't have are this foam stuff. Of course, we don't have anything like it. I don't know if I need to try and figure out how to take this off, possibly, and glue it back on. If I can get it off, I can glue it onto the new tank. We need to put something. I don't want metal rubbing up against metal, so we need to figure something out. I could probably just get some foam or something. Another thing that I didn't think about, and this, it has rust on it. So this looks like metal, but this is not metal. This is rubber. So there is a rubber gasket right here. And I don't have that. So if I can carefully pull this off of here, which is what I need to do, we're gonna have to reuse it because this tank did not come with any accessories at all. And I don't know what kind of gasket is on this thing. That's gonna have to be reused too, probably. As long as it seals, it should be fine. So I need to figure out how to get these foam pieces off. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna transfer all this stuff over to the new tank, and we'll get the new tank in. And actually, before we get the new tank in, I want to try and flush these lines. So I'm gonna have to remember or figure out. It shouldn't be too hard to figure out. One of them is a vapor line. One of them is the fuel pressure line. The other one's a return line. And if y'all remember, our our fuel filters right here, held with this really nice zip tie mount, which I'm gonna have to cut those, put new zip ties. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even see the mounting point where it's supposed to mount. But yeah, I have to get that down, flush this line out. I'm not sure how much flushing we can do on the line that goes up to the top, but we'll see what we can do. And get that out and flush these lines first before we put the tank in. Because now that we have easier access to these lines, might as well do that now. So just kind of look around here. I mean, this is solid. I mean, You know, it's not rusted out at all. There's absolutely no rot on this vehicle. I mean, the closest would be something like that, you know, which is to be expected, but still. Anyway, I'm gonna go and transfer this stuff over to the new tank, and then I will get that fuel filter off and try and flush those lines out, and then we'll put the tank on and we'll see what happens. Until I got all that stuff off. Took a little while. By the way, this right here, this is just a plain old painter's scraper that I sharpened this edge. I mean, it's not that sharp, so it's not cutting me or anything like that. I also sharpened this edge because this is a dull edge, but it's a little bit sharper than, you know, what it would normally be. Of course, I didn't want it super sharp. I mean, if I wanted that, I would have just used a razor blade, but a razor blade would just get caught on all this stuff and probably not work right. But this thing worked pretty good. It took a little while. I just didn't want to mess that stuff up. So we're going to glue that stuff back on to the new tank. And I'm going to use this as spray adhesive. So as you can tell, this is old because it's faded. It's faded from sitting up on the shelf there. So hopefully it's still good. It still has pressure, you know. So and get all that stuff put back together. Look at this. This is that ORVR valve, or it has like a little ball in it, you know, and it allows air to escape through it. If the fuel gets up here, the ball floats and it shuts off the air. Shuts off the air that would escape through this, you know. So that's what it does. I was able to get it off with the gasket, and it's made of plastic, so I definitely didn't want to break that because, you know, we ain't getting this, you know. So yeah, this will be no problem just to stick this back on. So I'm gonna start getting this put back together. This adhesive spray, if you've ever used this stuff, you know, you have to spray it on. You spray it on both sides, and you let it sit a while, and then you put the thing that you want to glue on there, and it glues pretty quickly. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get everything transferred over, and then we will get it back into the vehicle. So let's go. Okay, from what I remember, there was some nastiness in this thing. I want to blow this out. It's got some rust down in there. So I just want to get this clean so this doesn't go down into the tank. To the percent. Can't really see down in there, but yeah, that tube's not too long. Just make sure that it's blowing out. So now we can, I'm just gonna leave that like that. So now we can lift this thing up and pull the, what are we gonna do? What are we doing? We're gonna pull the fuel filter off. We're gonna pull off the fuel filter and clean out the hoses, try and flush them out the best possible, and then we'll get the new tank in. This right here, this came off. It came off really clean, and I'm gonna stick that on, but I'm not gonna put it on right now. I'm gonna wait till we get this in the vehicle and then put it on. Put this in a safe place right now. Fuzzy, he can hang on to that. So yeah, let's get this up and let's get that fuel filter off and start flushing the lines. All right, I don't know how well this is gonna work, but let's find out. Get this bottom line off. Trying to see, yeah. This filter does not look old. It looks a lot, almost like brand new, but I mean, you know, it could have been brand new, you know, 10 years ago, who knows. I guarantee they didn't replace the fuel filter because the clutch went out. So, yeah. I'm gonna try and take this lower hose off and see what comes out of it. Oh yeah, that's nasty. Get back, get back. I got nasty stuff coming out of here, rust and everything coming out of this line. A little bit. Yeah. Let me cut this. I'm gonna cut the zip tie off of there and I'll see what kind of mount it has. If I can remount it or just re-zip tie it. It's got a zip tie there, it's got a zip tie on the side. They got a zip tie to the brake lines. It's got a bracket. Looks like it's got a rubber piece right here. I don't know if that probably went right there. Maybe something like that. I don't know. It doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to get that put back into place. I have to look into this. And of course this ain't gonna come down anymore, but maybe I can, getting that line off up there, that's gonna be kind of tough. Let me see if I can reach it. That's not gonna, I can't get my pliers on that clamp. Well, okay. Back here I can. I'm not sure y'all can even see this. Just gotta move that clamp up a little bit more. See if I can get under there. Push it off. Hopefully the hose doesn't come apart. Come on, get off of there. I can get it to twist. It's twisting. Trying to not break the line. Okay, I got it out. Okay, let's see what we can do about getting a new one in there. Okay, I'm gonna take this line right here, I'm gonna back flush it, and I'm just gonna spray a bunch of brake clean in there. Stop it off, push a bunch of brake clean in. Yeah, it's coming out the other side. Yeah, it's making a mess on the floor over there. So then I'm just gonna get a hose. I'm gonna get an air hose. I'm gonna push air. That shop already smells really bad, like this. But what I'm gonna do, and I think that's good enough. I'm just gonna assume that that filter did its job, and it filtered whatever fuel was going up in here. I didn't see any fuel coming out of this line right here. And there was definitely nasty stuff coming out of here. This filter, this is the nasty side. You can see there's like rust particles and stuff. This is the good side, and there's nothing but rust, but no fluid. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this new filter on. From what I've seen, I looked up the service manual that I got from EMANUALONLINE, because of course we don't have the service manual for this anymore. This is not this kind of filter that they show that it has on it, but this is what was sent to us, or what we got aftermarket. And you can see this thing is offset, whereas this one is in the middle. So there's a little bit of difference. More of a, these things are bent. Well, we'll see what happens. They tell you to take this bracket off. In the manual, it says take the bracket off with it, but they don't tell you how this bracket goes on. And from what I can see, there's nothing here. I mean, I don't see how that goes on there, and I don't see any way of it fitting up in here. And the filter is not the same. Like I said, it's not the same as the filter that they show in the service manual. The one that they show in the service manual has a banjo bolt, so it's cut off. It's got threads on both sides, and it has a line that comes sideways with a banjo bolt going in. Is that correct or not? I have no idea. I don't know. But this is the one that we're taking off. This is the one we're putting on. They look kind of the same. So I'm gonna slip this off and slip this bracket onto here, put it onto the vehicle, and then we'll just move on. We'll get the tank in, and we'll see what happens. All right, this I got the thing in there. This is what it looks like. I put a self-tapping screw right there holding the thing up. No more zip ties. This thing is angled off this way, so the fuel line goes on this side of that cable. This hose, I actually cut it. I cut it shorter because it was looping down way too much. I may have been better if I cut it more, but you know, it is what it is. But this thing is solid in there, so that ain't going nowhere. So better than zip ties. Okay, let's get this. Let's see if I can get the camera to stay on its mount. Let's see if I can get this thing up in here without breaking anything. I'm gonna get this rubber care. I'm gonna spray it into the fuel filler hose. So hopefully that'll slide right into place. Probably not. We're gonna be fighting it. I'm gonna have to be manhandling this thing the whole time anyway. Okay, the first thing I want to do, get this hose on without pulling it because the thing's made of plastic and definitely don't want to pull that, break it off or anything. Get the clamp in place to the side like that. Get this up in here. I mean, what's it doing? Wow, that bent, so that's not good. Yeah, I'm not getting the... Let's bring it down, stick it on my shoulder, bend this aluminum foil back down. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Try and line up the fuel filler neck, fuel filler hose. Push the thing into place. Grab this. It has a clip on it. I know it's not up in there all the way. It might be a good idea. Hang on, I got stuff going off. It might be a good idea if I get a screw jack. Let me pull it back down. I need to figure out a better way, I think. I don't know if y'all can see that. Just try to get the filler neck on first, then bring it up on this side. It's not going up all the way. Does it not fit? Okay, let me figure something out here. Okay, hopefully you saw that. So there's this little hook on the end of this thing. This one doesn't have it. All right, but there's a little hook, so it can hook. It's not all the way up, but it's held in place. So I can let it down and make sure that the fuel filler pipe is on, and make sure that that is on, because if it doesn't go on, if it goes like below it or something, I'm gonna have a heck of a time trying to get that up there. So I'll let it down, make sure that's going on, then I'll bring it up and we'll shove this right back into place and then put these straps on, and hopefully that should be it. So let's go. Okay, look at this. It was going right on, right into place. Let's push it on all the way, as far as we can go. Why not? We're here. And I'm gonna have to move this. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. Let's get the thing back up and let's get those straps on. Okay, let's push this all the way up. Hopefully, and get this bolt started. Can't see nothing. Of course, now the hook that was helping us is now in the way. You know what, maybe start this side. I mean, it's definitely all the way up because these straps are practically going all the way to the body, frame, whatever. Well, where's the hole at? What do you want? Okay, that way. All right, it's going. Got it. Whew. Okay. Now what? Oh. Now, see if we can figure out how to put this heat shield back on now that I bent part of it. And I think these are the bolts. That's a nice sound. I can't reach up there with my hand. Hold it with one hand, put a bolt on with the other, trying to bend this thing into place. One thing that this tin heat shield is good at doing is cutting you deep, really deep. It likes to do that. It's out for revenge, you know. I mean, it's been sitting up there for so many years, taking the heat for you. Then finally, when it gets its chance, it just bites you. You know, that's what it does. That's what it lives for. Its entire life. Its entire life. It is taking the pain of the heat, and it's like, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back. Then it sees you changing the exhaust or the fuel tank, and it's like, aha, how's my shot? I've been waiting, sitting around 10 years or whatever it is, waiting for this day. Ha! So luckily I got on my finger still. So, all right, let's let her down and figure out what the next step is. Okay, I forgot. I am going to drain the oil. That is a 19. I knew that. I knew that it should be 19. I didn't know for sure that it's a 19. I knew it should be a 19. I have a 17 here because that's what they normally are. Pretty much most all Mazdas nowadays are 17 millimeter unless you have a CX50, which, you know, I mean, it's not a Mazda, it's a Toyota. So Toyota, they do their own thing. And I can't remember, that's how, what is it, a 16, 15? I can't remember. Anyway, let's get this oil out of here. The oil smells like fuel. Maybe that's just my hand. Nope, that definitely smells like fuel. Oil smells like fuel. So rotary engines, they dump fuel. They dump a bunch of fuel, especially when they're getting started. So I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it doesn't really look bad. You know, it's not black. You can almost see through it in areas, so it's not bad, but it definitely smelled like fuel. I don't know if maybe at some point somebody was trying to get this thing going and it had bad fuel in the tank. They were cranking it and cranking it. They couldn't get it started. Ooh, that's good news for us, right? And it just dumped fuel, and then it got fuel and oil, and they were like, forget it, let's let the thing sit for 10 years, you know, and then we'll take it to a dealer and tell them that the clutch is bad. I don't know. Yeah, the filter's up on top. This, I need to get one of these little O-rings. Crush washer for this. Do we have a 19 crush washer that big? Our crush washers are definitely smaller than that. Let me see. No, it fits. It fits. So I'll finish getting this drained. I'll let it down. We'll take the oil filter off. Like I said, the oil filter is up on top, just like all these rotary engines have. And then we will put oil in it, and then we'll go back to dealing with the fuel system and stuff. So let's do that right now. Okay, let me see if I can get this. What am I doing? Just trying to get this oil filter off. This oil filter has been on for a long time. Yeah, it's not wanting to turn. Come on. There it goes. It's turning. It's turning now. It's fine. It's turning. Okay. And of course, it's got no oil in it because, you know, it's upside down. So, let me get the filter, the new one. Brand new filter. And get a little bit of oil, stick it around this thing right there. It's like that. New oil filter going in, bay 2. Anyone? Anyone? There's nobody here. It's just me. Tighten the filter. And then I am gonna get some 520. We're gonna put 520 in it. That's what it takes, 520. How much? I will find out. And I will be back. Okay. Takes 4.7 quarts according to all data. That's the easiest way for me to look this up. So exactly 4.7 quarts of 5W20 oil going in. This is what we are dealing with now. This thing that came off the Titanic. I do not want to put this, all this rust and everything inside the brand new gas tank. And this pump, this is a big pump. Okay, so this is what I have. Get this CarQuest box open. So yeah, we got a new filter sock. Here's the pump. So, I mean, it's almost as long. It's a little bit shorter. I think, you know, we can make this work. I'm sure we can make this work. This is a universal kit. So these seals, these O-rings in here, they're of no use. Can't use them. But at least we have a harness. Let me get this open. So at least we have this connector right here. So we will splice this in to the wiring that's here. Got these little butt connectors. Maybe I'll use those, I don't know. Got this hose. Got this piece that'll hopefully help hold it in place. We got this filter sock. So yeah. And this sending unit, I don't know if the thing works or not. I was thinking about ohming it out, but what does it matter? We got to use it anyway. It's just going to go in there. If it works, it works. If not, it not. You know, it doesn't. And that's just the way it is. So I need to look up this again to find out which ones go to what. But you can pretty much tell this is your positive. This cable right here, this blue one, this is the positive, this is the negative. Grounds here, grounds right there. So I'm gonna take this pump off. I'm gonna have to cut this thing off. And I'm gonna take a wire wheel to this thing and just see how much I can clean it up. Put some penetrating oil on here. Yeah, it's right here. Gonna probably replace this. Wire. I don't know. Let me pull this off and try and clean this up and see what it looks like. You mess with these things too much and they pretty much will stop working. This is the best I'm gonna get it. I did not sell any of this stuff to the customer. Let me just try and get all this rust and stuff out of the way. So that's pretty much it. There's still rust and spots that I can't get, you know, right in there. So I'm gonna clean it out the best I can. I don't know if I can find a can of brake clean with the actual nozzle on it. Yeah. So and it turns out this return line was actually clogged up. So I got it unclogged. It wasn't clogged because of what was coming through it. It was clogged because of what it was sitting in, you know, so. Every time I clean it, I touch it and it gets dirtier because my hands are dirty. I got dirty hands. So, and then this right here, we don't even know if this thing works. I couldn't clean any rust off of this spot right here. I cleaned the best I could over here, and these things, you mess with them, they don't work. You know, so try not to mess with it. I don't know if it works anyway. This piece right here broke off, so that's nice. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Supposed to have a loop like that. So, but in the meantime, let's see how can we make this fit on here. Right, so this is gonna have to sit down in here somehow. Put a hose from there to there. Shouldn't be a big of a deal. Got a hose right here. This, I have to look into it, but you would think black, negative, yellow, positive. Plug that in right there. Stick this on here. Try and get that to line up there. See how this is going to go in here, maybe? Something like that. Well, it does this stay. That's sitting in there like that. Get the filter sock plugged in, get this on there, and then we got a pump. Filter sock. Well, actually the filter sock's gonna have to go on first. So let's see if we can put this filter sock on without getting it completely dirty. And now my light's going out. It's just nice. Okay, I got it. I understand. You're going out. You need to be charged up. Fine. Get another light. Okay. Filter sock goes on. Well, and let's take the cap off. Filter sock goes on like that. Push it on. Stick this thing on there. Something like that. That goes on there. Something like that. Or does it? Something. It's gonna be at an angle. What the? Okay. Yeah, I guess so. That's just the way it fits. This, yeah, that's meant to go in there like that. This fitting on there puts it at an angle. Not that big of a deal. Don't care. We're gonna make it work. Fit this on here. We get some. This thing come with clamps. Yeah, it did. So I got 2 screw clamps. 2 screw clamps. Throw those on there. I can't see that. This thing, where's my rubber care? Rubber care. Spray this down with rubber care. See if I can get this thing to fit on there. Probably not. I'll be struggling. Hopefully I don't break it. Yeah, that's not gonna want to go on. Can I push it on? No, I cannot. No, I cannot. I need to figure out how far down do I need to go? That right there. How much further? A little bit more. Can I use a tool? Like, I don't know. Something like this. Spray that in there, spray this inside there. Grab this, twist it, push it, pull it, whatever is going on. That's probably enough. That's what's gonna basically hold this thing in place. Stick that on there. It's not enough, but if I force it enough and get it to go on there, yep, and bring it back, back it up, back it down, back it up, back it down. That should work, like that. Get these screw clamps, put into place. Hello, screw clamp driver. So I'm gonna actually use a flathead screwdriver. Well, am I? Can I hold this thing in place? I don't think people nowadays know how to use a flathead screwdriver. Well, I probably shouldn't say that. Oh my God. I'm gonna say something like that. This thing's gonna slip, it's gonna go right through my hand. And then I'm gonna be like, see? People don't know how to use them. I mean, everything's Phillips screws nowadays. I mean, and it makes sense. But, okay. Get this one on. Well, turn it. Get it on there. What's the matter? What's your problem? Well, I thought you were doing it. Well, I'm not. I'm watching you do it. And you're not doing it very well. Well, it's not going on. See? It just went through your hand. Oh, I told you I don't know how to do it. Come on. I know. Why don't I get just like a socket or something? Because I'm trying to do it old school. I'm too lazy to find the... What size is that? See? No, I don't... Yeah. I'm almost there. It's almost done. I just can't hold it. Okay, pump on. Now what? Well, this, we can bring this around, put a loop on it or something. It was screwed in right there. This is the positive. It's gonna go up here. We need to find another loop somehow, somewhere. Loops did not come with this. Butt connectors did, so let me see what I can find. I had a wire around here somewhere and it's gone now. It had 2 loops on it. Here's a loop. I would rather use the new loops if I can. So I'll find something I can use here, and this is probably gonna go right here because those are for the sending unit. And then it will ground right there, just like the old one. Need to get cracking, losing daylight, stuff like that. Here's this one. This one used to go right there. I just need to find some loops like that. So let me see what I can find. All right, check this out. You see this? In case some of y'all have ever wondered, what the heck is that Mazda drawers? What are those Mazda drawers? What's in there? What is it? These are terminal repair kits. And this, so this is the wrong one, but just so y'all can see these different terminals, different types of terminals and stuff like that. These are all old school. You never use these anymore. We never see them. Well, I shouldn't say never, because you never know. Okay, so this is the wrong drawer. Which one was it? I think it's the one above it. This one right here. Yeah. So you see these? There's 2. I mean, these are the smallest ones. They're not as small as the ones that are in there, but these will work. And there's 2 of them, and I just need 2. I only need 2. So hopefully, as of right now, I only need 2. And those are the only smallest loops I've seen. These are a little bit bigger, and then of course those are a lot bigger. Everything else is regular terminals, female terminals, male terminals. So yeah, I haven't really used these in a long time. So what do we got? What's going on here? So, I mean, I could, it's not impossible to use this, but why? And look at that corrosion right there. Why, if I don't have to, what I can do is to loop this around here, splice that in, that will go onto there. I use a washer with a screw, if I can ever find it. It's somewhere around here. Here's the screw. That fit on there. And clean it up. Yeah, that'll fit. That'll fit fine. Just need to clean this up so we get a good connection. And I will just splice this together. You know what I'm going to try and do is just, I mean, I'll just solder it, I guess. Why not? So that is about that long. Let me give it a little bit more. Yeah, let's see. It doesn't matter if it comes out a little. Better to be longer than shorter. Can I even get this connector off? Now that the pump is on. Wait a second. That one there. This one right here. Okay. Let's just cut it. That around to there, to this right here. We're going to cut this right here, like that. Loop that around to there. We're going to cross it over to this. We're going to cut this one a little bit longer, probably about right there. So this, looping around to that, get those crossed over, no big deal. Get this one coming up here. We get another loop, which will connect right here. I'm pretty sure it's going to connect right there. We are going to have to bend this. Oh, well. And I'll splice it down here. Right. So I'll cut that off about right there. Cut this one off about right there. Splice those together. And there you have it. Bob's your uncle. Et voila. Yep. Or it's voila. Voila. Et voila. Okay. I got a new soldering gun that I've never used before. It's electronical because my other one blew up. Yeah, it blew up. Let me show you this. The thing, it could have blown up in my face. Right there. I don't know if you can see that. There is a line right there. If I bend it out. Yeah, got butane just shooting out of there. This thing's getting really cold. I'm worried the thing's gonna explode, and yeah. So they always do that eventually. Let me get this soldered together. Where's the other one? Oh no, that one goes there. This one goes here. Let's get these soldered together and see what happens. Okay, I am gonna see if I can tin these. Maybe not. I don't know. I've never used this thing. I bought it, stuck it on the shelf, didn't even charge it. It is rechargeable. Supposedly it heats up really quick. For some reason my magnetic holder won't magnetize to the stainless steel table. I don't know what's going on. I got magnetic lights that won't magnetized to the aluminum hood. My magnets are going out. They're going out. I don't know. I don't know why. Next thing you know, my plastic magnet's not going to work either. What I got? Okay, let's see if this works. So I turn it on, hold this button, and after a couple seconds, see how the light turns on? This thing's supposed to be super hot. It ain't hot. It's not. I see some smoke. I smell something burning. I mean, I didn't charge it up. Okay, look, that's working. I mean, I figured I might as well solder it if I can get it to 10. Come on. Okay, that worked. Next. I have to hold the button the entire time. That's just the way the thing works. It'd be too easy to set it down. I guess got a bunch of solder on the end of it. Come on, get on there. 10 in the wire, 10 in the wire. Okay. This doesn't have a stand. Well, gonna set it like that? Yeah. Let's tin that one. Oh, I don't like it. That's just, yeah, just set it down like that, I guess. This one, I guess I will get some heat shrink. That one. This one right here. Oh wait, someone mentioned heat shrink. I need some itty bitty heat shrink. Maybe something like this. Cut this piece. It's probably going to be too small. Just gonna have to deal with it. On. So I gotta hold the button the whole time. Just don't think that I like that. Will it heat through? Come on. Thing I liked about the propane or butane ones, they just heat up and they just stay hot the whole time. You don't want it to be hot, too bad. It's hot. That's it. See, this thing got so hot, it heated up my heat shrink. Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna put heat shrink on it anyway. And then I'll do something with that later. So what do I do with the heat shrink? I'll put this whole piece on here. It doesn't really matter. It's not like electrical power is going to cause fuel to explode. Now, an electrical spark, like from a short or something like that, I don't, you know what, let's see if I can find some bigger heat shrink. I mean, this one is bigger. Let's go with this. Stay there. That on there. Get them to fit nicely. Now I gotta hit the button and heat it up again. If it was butane, it would already be hot and ready to go. Yeah, it's not even, come on, okay. Come on, nice and hot. Not too much. That seems right. Push that on there. Okay. There's a wire. There's a wire wanting to stick out. Right there. What's going on with that? I'm gonna cut this tip. Now, this thing, you turn that, or you turn it, pull that off. Even though it's still hot, it's not that hot. Grab this cigarette lighter. Yeah, cigarette lighter, what? I mean, that's what I call it, the cigarette lighter. Put this in, hit that, starts glowing, see that? And then I go over this. Will it work? Yeah, it's shrinking it. It ain't that gray, but I mean, it's not like a butane torch would do, but I mean, it is shrinking it. This one, come on, don't touch it because it's just melting everything. I don't know. We don't know. Okay. Set this aside. I guess that's the nice part about it. Anyway, let's see how this fits. So I'm gonna plug it in like that. This one loops around. I need to clean up the screw before I put it on. This one goes up in here, there, and I should probably clean that up too. Got the washer and a nut, and then let's move on. Okay, this is what I got. I forgot I was supposed to use that blue one for this one right here and this one for that. It doesn't matter. I got the blue one on there. Yeah, the sending unit. I lost that nut. Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I mean, how in the world? I mean, I'm so careful with everything. I don't throw tools around. I have everything completely organized in alphanumerical order, you know, and I mean, it could have gone down that hole right there. I don't know. Anyway, don't need it. Don't even know if this thing works. It's what matters is the pump. Got everything hooked up. Let's put this thing on and see what happens. Okay, I found that nut. So I found this nut, just to let you know. I found that nut right there. It turns out the bottom of the camera stand is it's got a magnet on it. Who knew? Who knew? I mean, what? I don't. It doesn't keep the camera falling down. I don't know. I am going to stick this on here, and it goes right in there. Those holes right like that, something like that. Sticks through there. I was thinking about putting some RTV on there. Mazda RTV is not meant for, I don't know, it doesn't keep the camera falling down. I don't know. I am going to stick this on here, and it goes right in there. Those holes right like that, something like that. Sticks through there. I was thinking about putting some RTV on there. Mazda RTV is not meant for, I don't know, it doesn't keep the camera falling down. I don't know. Anyway, don't need it. Don't even know if this thing works. It's fuel. So, and this is pretty pliable steel, so I think I'll just leave it be. Leave it be. Besides, this stuff, you know, is known to have chemicals causing cancer in the state of California. You know, good thing I don't live in California, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's get this down in here. It's going in. It's going in. Let's see what's going on. The bottom of the camera with the magnets that don't keep it from falling down. Somehow, somewhere, some way, somebody is gonna have to go to the gas station and get some gas, because I ain't got any gas. And you know what else doesn't have gas? This gas tank. I don't think this is in right. What is it doing? Why is it? What's going on? I mean, it's not going down on the backside, and I am not gonna force it. Okay, there it goes. So don't tell me that pump ain't fitting, because it's smaller than what came out of there. We got all these little screws. And let me get these screws on. I'm gonna get these screws on. It's taking way too long. I mean, are we doing open heart surgery or what? What is going on? It's taking way too long. Okay, let me get this on and then get some gas in it, and then we'll see if the thing even, you know, we'll see what happens. So, we'll see what happens. Okay, let's see if this is gonna be worth it or not. At this, it's a can of 44K, BG 44K. This stuff will clean out gummed up injectors, gummed up jets. It will clean needle and seed on the carburetor. It cleans it does really good, but it doesn't do it like right away. You know, it takes some time, but it will clean it all out. I'm putting that in first. That's all that's in there right now. And this is supposed to go for a full tank. I don't know, I found this. I have no idea how much gas is in this thing. Let's stick this in there and see what happens. How does this work? Lift that up, push it down, turn it like this. It's got no handle on the side or nothing. Nothing's coming out. And there's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, hang on. Oh, it's leaking all over the place. So, get rid of that. Can make less of a mess. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not making a mess, okay? But less of a mess without that stupid nozzle on there. Stupid nozzle. Look how this gas tank is all bulged up. It's all bulged up because that new style nozzle doesn't allow it to breathe. I mean, what do you want? You know, let it breathe a little bit or let it explode. It's gonna burst in your garage and you're gonna have gas all over your garage. You're gonna walk out in the morning on a day when your allergies are really killing you and your nose is stopped up, you can't smell anything. You start your car up, backfires, sparks fly, garage catches on fire, house burns down. Why? Because we gotta have some kind of special nozzle on our gas cans nowadays. I hope this is enough. This is a 5-gallon gas can and it was about half full. 2.5 gallons, I mean, is it enough? I don't know. We don't know. Let's see what we got. I don't have my light, but just so you know, this is all tightened up, that's all tightened up, this is all buttoned up and everything's in there. I got this thing plugged in. Let's hook up the battery and let's see. Let's see what happens. See if it even cranks. These new battery cable ends. I'll just like plug that on right there. This one. Yep. No spark, no smoke. We got oil in there. Do we even have coolant in it? Just in case it starts. I can hear liquid. Oh, okay. So just in case. See that? Okay, the thing just shot out a bunch of water. It's got water in it. It smells like fuel. No, that's because my hands smell like fuel. It's water. It's got water in it. Okay, that's good. Check. Let's get in here, crank this thing over, and see what happens. See what doesn't happen. Okay, foot on the brake. Brake feels good. Foot on the clutch pedal. Feels good. Neutral. There's a lot of slop in this. Anyway, do we have the keys? Where's the keys? What happened to the keys? Wait. Ooh, I'm falling. Keys. Somebody put the keys in the trunk. So Fuzzy, you put the keys in the trunk? I blame Fuzzy. Okay. We got power. I mean, you know, let it build up fuel pressure. See if we can hear the tank. I mean, I don't hear anything. Crank the key over a couple times. Come on. No, that doesn't do anything. Pumping the gas pedal does nothing. Well, it doesn't do nothing. It moves the throttle plate. I just cycle the key a couple times. I can't hear the pump, but I don't know if I would be able to hear it or not. Maybe. Come on, bring the fire and brimstone. Gonna run the battery down. Is everything plugged in? So I know that this is plugged in. Do we have anything going on here? What? Let me get a light. Everything here is plugged in. We got this plugged in. Coil packs are plugged in. Spark plugs are plugged in. What is this? What does that go to? We don't know. We have some new spider webs, so you know that's good. I mean, I don't see any fuel leaks. Everything here seems to be plugged in. This is still a little bit loose. Pull that out. Look around, looking. Starting fluid. Spraying. Not good. I mean, you know, I'd rather not spray starting fluid in there, but God, I can't even get this on now. Hello? What's going on? Why can't... Okay. Let's see if we can even get it to kick over. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take this off. See if we got any fuel shooting out of there. See if this setup even works. Turn it on. Is it on? Crank it. Oh, you gotta put your foot on the clutch. Okay. Yeah, I pulled the wrong one off. Yeah, it's that's the return line. Wait a second. Is that the return line? That's the high. So I pulled the return line off. I got fuel coming out. Yeah. I got fuel returning. So yeah, it's working. I pulled the return line off, but I mean it's getting fuel. Is it injecting? Probably not. Thank you, sir. Okay, so it is getting fuel. It's getting fuel in there, but it ain't injecting or something. This next step is gonna be really tough. So we got injectors right here. Wow, that thing just popped right off. I barely even touched it. So I believe this isn't a high output. I believe we should have like primary and secondary injectors. I need to look into this. Gonna have to test this. Have to do some checking. Let me go read some books, and I will read some books, find out what's going on, and I'll let you know what our next step is. We have no injector. Well, I don't know for sure. We either have no injector drive, or these injectors, they're clogged, which is a very big possibility considering, you know, how varnished that fuel was that was in there. Oh God, there's no way to tell. We're gonna have to get in here to the check for injector drive. Mazda has a way. Well, I'm gonna have to get more into the service manual, something about checking injector clicking pulse or something like that. We can check and see if we're getting a clicking sound from the injectors while cranking. Somebody else is gonna have to crank the vehicle. We're gonna have to probably go through this wiring harness. I'm gonna have to talk to the customer because none of this is anything that the customer wanted to do. I've done a lot of stuff. I've brought the labor down on this. I haven't charged the customer full pop. I've done a lot of free stuff on this for the customer just because I wanted them to do it. I want this vehicle running. I want it running for them. It's getting too much. So I'm gonna have to talk to the customer, find out how far do they want us to go? How far do they want to go with this? We may end up having to pull fuel rails out, pull out fuel injectors. I don't know if we can send injectors in to get them clean or what. I'm sure we could probably find injectors, you know, if not Mazda, then probably aftermarket or something like that. So we're gonna get into this and we're gonna find out what's going on. We're gonna do that in the next video. So I thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. So probably what we're gonna have to do, okay, I'm okay.